don't see my camera. If the camera is working, it says it's live streaming. We're gonna look at the system again, and we're gonna kind of go through it, because when I first saw the system, it was like 9, maybe like 11 a.m. I didn't sleep, so now I'm fully awake, and I'm fully like mentally there. I'm gonna give the system another look through, and we're first gonna go through my veteran, because I want to make sure that I do give this a fair shot, because at first I didn't like it. I was just like, this is so stupid. Where's all my blessings? Is this a bug? You know, da 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 da. Because for you guys that don't know, I unlocked all the blessings in, like, what do you call it? I unlocked all the blessings for all the weapons except the new ones. The other thing was, is I did a bunch of shit on my old channel. I did a bunch of penances and how to farm them and whatnot. And we're going to kind of go through it. So, I need to turn my volume up a little bit, because I watched the video and it was like so booming in my ear. I was like, Jesus. So we're gonna give this mastery a look, and here's my problem with Darktide that someone pointed out to me and I didn't realize it. Was if it takes you like 3 days to master all your weapons, then it's just not Darktide anymore. It's like, to some people who are basically, you know, like new, I could see this being good for new players, but for old veterans, this just feels like a big waste of my time. It feels like a big slap to my face, in the sense that now I have to, if I want to master a weapon, now I could just buff up the weapon, and it takes kind of the fun RPG element to it. It's like, yeah, I get that some people didn't like spending all their time buying weapons and then scrapping them, buying them, scrapping them. I get that, but at the same time, it was kind of like a tug and pull with the game. You know, sometimes you tug and you get something good, sometimes the game pulls you and you get something shitty. You know, I guess that RNG element people didn't really like. The only thing I had a really big complaint as a veteran player was how little the rewards for Sire Malcourt seemed to be. They didn't seem to be that great. And the other thing about them was playing on Damnation didn't feel really that impactful, because the rewards you would get would be like, oh, a 480. And it just felt, nevertheless, not that great. I mean, and another thing that people said was, you seem to get all your fun out of it, which I did. I can say that fully. I mean, I nearly have 3,000 hours, and the thing is that the game was fun for like maybe the first year, I would say. Maybe first 6 months, 8 months to a year, somewhere in that range. And then it just became kind of monotonous. It just became too repetitive, where it was like, how many times am I going to do the repair mission before I get bored? Or how many times am I going to do the carnival mission? Or how many, it just became this kind of, there wasn't even a lot of content in the game itself, because once you got the skulls, and once you got all the markings, or all the totems and all that, it just felt kind of more like there was not really a reward. And then finding out I wasn't the first to get all the penances done, that just kind of made me stop playing. So we're gonna,
from the forge
oh my
and
god,
the miracles.
so
From
they separated,
miracles cometh
so
deliverance.
separating weapons, and says mastery 2020. So we have an axe right here. It's a 490. The most you can get it is basically a they also reduce some things like first target. This is like, by the game standard, this is like a near god roll axe. Like, this is like perfect. So what we're gonna do is we gotta go to mastery, which I also added party finder, or you can filter out people, go off of that. I don't know what this penance one is, request to join, and stuff of that nature. So we're gonna go through operative, because we also have mods, but so we have the combat axe, which the max power is 500 and the mastery is 9. So I mean, I already had these all at level 4. This just seems boring. Okay, for a second there I thought it was just buying stuff. Like, this just seems boring. I don't want to do this. Like, I mean, yeah, so this is practically awful. This is terrible. I assume I don't have to do this for every single axe. No, I have to do this for every single axe that isn't the same category. I hope it shares between both of them. Points are used to unlock new blessings for any weapon. I mean, what are these? Are these just points? What? Are you fucking serious? This is terrible. This is actually terrible. This is actually terrible. I need to earn XP to get penances that I already had. I already had this at level 4. So I have 2 penances, or not 2 penances. I have 2 blessings that I literally already had that now I have to play to get back again. Wow, that is so shitty. Wow, that is horrendously shitty. This is awful. I don't know who smooth brain thought this was a good idea, but this is generally awful. I already had all this shit. This just feels like a waste of time. This is a giant waste of time. I should be playing the game, not sitting in here upgrading shit that I already had to maximum. Who thought this was a good idea? This is terrible. All I wanted to do in Darktide was start the game up, get into a mission, and just play. Not this stupid bullshit, which feels awful. If they just did not fuck with my weapons, like if I didn't have to do this, then I would say, okay, this is pretty good for new players. But having to go through all of this just to spend a waste of my time, just wasting my time upgrading shit that I already had upgraded, just feels like a humongous big slap in the face. And I know what people will say. They'll say, well, you already got the weapons upgraded. Why even bother with this? Okay, well, what if I want to change the weapon's blessing? What if I had an old weapon that I, thought was good back then, and now I want to change it? Now I am forced to do this. So it's like, there was nothing wrong with just keeping my weapons there. There was not. And now I have to go through all of this crap, reading all of the blessings, because it's been so long that I don't remember what most of the blessings do. Because, like, everything was already pre-selected downwards by myself to where I set up all my classes. So now I have to go back and remember everything, and now I have to pick all this shit. Rending on enemy weak spot, that's pretty good. Hammer blow's pretty good. Weak spots. Yeah, this system fucking sucks. This is actually, because now I'm forced. Now I'm forced to. I mean, let me see if I can just do this. Oh, I can't do that. So if now there's a blessing that, I mean, yeah, I already had them at level 4, okay, but now I have to rebuy the blessings. So the game is utterly saying I have to go through all this shit. Like, who designed this? This is terrible. This is actually terrible. This might be the worst implication I've ever seen in my life. This sucks anal juice. Now I don't even have enough. This sucks ass. Look at this. Look at this screen for 4 seconds. I only have enough points to level 4 of my blessings up when I already had all of the blessings for this original, for the weapons original, or the original weapons blessings, all at level 4. This sucks ass. And now I have to play to get all my shit back, just to literally get my shit back. This is probably the worst update I think I've ever seen in my life. This sucks ass. This feels like I have less weapons. I don't know why it feels like I have less weapons. Wow. Wow. Some of these are new, like this one's definitely new. Up to 5% scaling with heat. What does that even mean? It's like damage? Strength? I mean, I know that's a new term. I think that just means impact, which would make sense. This is horrendous. This is actually horrendously bad. This fucking sucks. I can't imagine doing this on a controller. This, like, I'm doing it on a controller now. I'm using a D-pad, and this feels terrible. Wow. This feels terrible. That's it? Do I get a gun skin? Oh, so I get a fucking penance. Who the fuck gives a shit about penances anymore? Don't. I could totally see that. Fucking great. I don't even get a skin. This is ass. This is like actually ass. Now I have to make all of my classes again. I have to revamp everything that I already did. I have to repurchase everything I did. You killed the game for me, basically, because now instead of actually playing the game and farming and grinding and farming and grinding and doing all this stuff, now I literally have to fucking, it feels like I'm starting over again, but it just gave me the points back, which just feels awful because now I have to do all this shit again, and I have 8 characters with over 5 builds for each one of them. This fucking sucks. Oh, if I'm using plasma gun, I don't really need that. Luckily, I know the build by fucking heart. Because if I was a new player and I had to do this again, it would feel like a giant fucking slap to the face. Revenge 1% ammo for you and your allies. Accuracy, whatever you kill elite or specialist. Okay, every 5 seconds. That one really did not need to be nerfed. That one's actually... That one's not that bad. That one could be actually very good for my build, but... Actually, kind of... I mean, I know I said I know everything by heart, but I always forget what this perk does. I'm not even gonna lie. I ain't even gonna front. I ain't frontin'. Rise, knock down allies with radius, but also reduce radius by 33%. Increase your ability. If they just got rid of the increase your ability cooldown by 50%, then I think this one would be a lot better. But currently, it sucks. Okay. I think I have enough points to go down. I mean, that's just suppression. And suppression's not that bad in this game, where I need to fucking do all that shit. But, okay, that's just a normal support build. A lot of people sleep on this perk, but it's actually really good. So it's like, okay, I take that back. I'm not gonna say I know my build by heart, but I don't know the whole perk tree. If you like told me which one it was, I've seen all of them, but I just typically don't remember. Which it's not really a slight on me, I guess. But I know my build by heart. But this build is just, So we have 5. So this is literally 8 builds I made. Let me see if it fucked with my cosmetics. So I have to redo all my builds. I have to buy back all my blessings. Nigga, are you serious? What? That's like just a normal looking ass skin. This has to be the worst update I think I've ever seen in my life. In my life. And the rewards at the bottom are not even worth getting. Like, bruh. Bruh. I am so utterly disappointed. This is so bad. What was the plasma guns mastery? What was that, like 20? This is so utterly bad. And what did I get out of that? Like, what did I get out of that? Increases the maximum power that a weapon of this type can empower at the Shrine of the Omnissiah. So the game is basically saying that the weapon itself is only gonna be 500. And I can empower it to 500 when I already have a 500 weapon. This sucks. This is terrible. Maybe for new people this is good because you can be like, okay, I can power my weapons up to max. And this is so good. But to me, who's already been there, done that, this just feels like a waste of time. I mean, I'll do the mission next in, like, the next video, but this is truly bad. This is not good. And then what did I accomplish for mastering a weapon? I didn't accomplish anything. I didn't feel good doing it because I already got all the level 4 blessings. So you just took my level 4 blessings for me to have to waste more time literally blessing them up. And then to be told, now you can empower them to 500. Just makes the game feel like people are crying about not playing the game. When if you put the hours in, you could have got the weapons. It was a pretty fair system. Did people have a problem with it? Sure. People have problems with everything. But the issue is, like, it wasn't that bad to me because I played a bit and I can understand where the people had problems. But it went from the grind was too grindy to now it's too easy if you put the hours in. And you just basically did a Borderlands 3. Where now it just feels like getting legendaries is way too easy, and the regard of RNG or farming or working towards a goal feels less. Because now that when I get a weapon, it's not impactful like when I would get something very big. Yeah, you could argue that the old system had some issues, which I do agree. You know, I've never got a 540, and I've played the game for almost 3,000 hours, which is insane. That's pretty bad. But you don't really need a 540 weapon because it's like you can make really anything work. Especially now that they updated the class. Well, they didn't now update it, but back when they updated the classes the first time, it kind of made the classes a little too easy, in my opinion. Like, for example, the Crack Grenade Veteran is like ridiculously the most easiest class in the game. You literally just tear your way through Auric Damnation and Maelstrom like it's nothing. Like, just, yeah, dead. Everything's gone. Just shout, give yourself armor. Like, you kind of shot yourself in the ass with the veteran class. Pun intended. But like, this is bad. This is like actually bad. And it went from, like I said, it went from hard, grindy, putting in the work in, and you know, because what makes it good is you put the work in, and therefore you get something that you like, and when you finally get that thing you like, it's like, yeah. Versus now, where it's not going to feel that great, because now you can just boost your fucking level up, and just boost your stats, and it's like, no, that's not great. That just feels cheap. It feels like you're cheaping it. It feels like you took something. It's like if I had a lemonade. I hope you guys can see my screen on my camera, but I'm drinking water with lemonade, and since the lemonade is so strong, it doesn't dilute the lemonade unless I keep adding more water into it. But if I just drunk it with just pure lemonade, how the old system was, sure, some people say it's too sour, some people say it's too strong, okay. But it's the right balance that makes the lemonade good. So if I make the lemonade, I put enough water in it where it dilutes it, but I still get the taste of the water and lemonade to where it becomes kind of balanced, so I'm drinking it, then it's fine. But now, it just feels like it's just water with a little tiny taste of lemonade in there. And that's the problem with this, is like, not even lemonade, I can't even, it's just water. That's what I just taste. It's like water with a little zin of lemon there. And that's not good. To me, that's what ruined Darktide. Because it made Darktide too easy. Now the game is just too easy. You can max out all your weapons. You can literally play classes that are now broken with max level weapons that you didn't earn. You just basically played the game, sold all your weapons, and therefore, boom. And now you're like fully mastered. Where I had to go through trial and error. I had to go through Sire Melk's bullcrap, scrapping his weapons, doing like challenges for him just to get the weapon to scrap, playing the game, getting money, buying weapons, getting the right ones I wanted, you know, doing all this stuff. And when I finally got those weapons I wanted, they felt well earned. They didn't feel like I was slighted. They felt good. Where this just feels lazy. It feels like, yeah, let's just give them what they want. There you go. So, you know, you got no max weapon. There you go. Play like 5 games in your max weapon. Ho ho ho. So it kind of feels like a slight, and it kind of feels like Darktide lost its identity in that sense. It lost what made Darktide to me Darktide. I think it was kind of a better system than Vermintide 2. Yes, and I will, you know, say this again, it did have its issues, I get it. But I think if they just improved on some things, then reworking the whole thing into this lazy system, then I think it would be fine. Maybe buff up RNG. Maybe make it more easier to get golds that are not fucking 430 or something. Make Damnation, if I'm going to get a random gold, at least make it 500 at the least. And at the most, 540. Make Sire Melk only have 500. And at the most, maybe he can have like a 540 weapon. But make it like very hard to get. Like make it like a month thing. Like every month he has one 540 weapon. And therefore in like 12 months he gives out 12 540 weapons. The possibilities just keep going. But I'm going to leave it there. I don't want to just sit here and complain and get upset and get mad and get angry at this nonsense. I still got to do some photoshopping. I still got to do a bunch of shit that I've been putting off because I've been playing Space Marine 2 a ton. So, you know, like, I'm just gonna leave it there. But I thank you guys for watching. Um, I'm just thinking to myself how to end the video, because usually I always say, "Oh, thanks, my warriors," but I guess I could just say thanks, my warriors. It's kind of cool to say, and who doesn't want to be called a warrior? The booty warrior. So I will catch you guys another time. I'll do a video on the mission. I'll give my thoughts. I heard you could speed run it. It's only 10 minutes, or the event, like one of them.